get complacent. This song's all about beating our complacency. I'm tired of sitting in one place. I'm tired of trying to save face. I'm tired of losing what I love. Just let the dogs of war run. I'm tired of feeding from their hand. I'm tired of sticking with the plan. Oh, I'm so tired of being tired. Let's turn these ashes into fire. 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 Let's turn these ashes into fire. Let's turn these ashes into fire. We're strong enough to face the odds. We'll let them know we can't be bought. The house can't win if we don't play. It's time for us to end the game. So like a phoenix we will rise, leaving stardust in the sky. And like a fire we will ignite. Fire, fire, fire. Let's turn these ashes into fire. Fire, fire. Let's turn ashes into fire. So like a phoenix we will rise, leaving stardust in the sky. Sparks will flutter in the night. Upon the ground they will ignite. To fire, to fire. Let's turn these ashes into fire. Turn these ashes into fire. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. That song's called Ignite Fire, and it's just about getting up from the place that you have been resting for too long. Rest is good for everybody, and it's okay. You should be able to do that guilt-free. You should be able to rest as you need to. But sometimes we just become complacent. We become too comfortable. And that's what that song is about, is just getting up from that place. I want to share a little bit of a story for it with you right now. So, we all have loss, we all experience grief, we all experience these places that we really don't know how to get out of on our own. I had a baby sister that passed back in 2014, and for a couple of years I dove into alcohol really hard. And I thought that was my story. I kind of dug myself so deep in a hole that I had nowhere else to go but reach. This song tells a little bit of that story. Never thought that this would be the place that I would ever find me staring at the bottom of another glass of whiskey. Those those empty cans in my recycle bin. Yeah, they sure they're nice with a fifth of gin. Keep digging deep, boy, it's still it dead, 'cause liquid spirit makes leather skin. You left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole, you left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole. That sun is down, time to turn it up. My liquid diet ain't dry enough. Muddy waters fill my liver. I try to stop and I start to quiver. I turn up the music, set cycle to spin, and I feel the darkness closing in. Not enough, another round. Bottoms up, boys, drink them down. You left a hole in my heart, and you left a hole in my heart, and you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole, you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole in my heart. You left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole. Whoa, oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Mercy on my soul, fill me up and make me whole. If I can't stop this rock and roll, 6 feet down they'll dig my hole. You left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart, but you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole, you left a hole in my heart, and you left a hole in my heart. You left a hole in my heart. You left a hole, you left a hole. Whoa. So Lord have mercy on my soul. Fill me up, make me whole. If I can't stop this rock and roll, 6 feet down they'll dig my hole. So you left a hole in my heart when you left a hole. You left a hole, you left a hole in my heart, and you left a hole, you left a hole. Oh, yes. Oh, 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 yeah, yes. You left, you left, you left, you left. Yeah, so I wrote that song while I was with a band called Athens Creek. It's just a little bit of an idea of where we go so far, and we just don't know how to get out on our own. I'm a strong supporter of needing community, and I'm a strong believer that if we ask God to get us out of it, that He will. So that song is just talking about when you are just so far down that you can't do it on your own, you just reach up. This is the other side of it. This song's called Sober. I'm not going to tell you that it's an easy thing. I don't know what everybody's going through right now. I don't know who's dealing with what. But if you're trying, I just want to celebrate you for a moment too, because it gets hard. But if you're able to see on the other side, even just for a moment, I want to show you what the other side might look like. Lately I got too much time on my hands, and I can do a whole lot of damage to a man. Oh, when I get to drinking, I just stop thinking, round and round I spin. If I could hit the rewind on our timeline, I wouldn't lose you again. I like thinking about you when I'm sober. 'Cause every time I get to drinking, I don't remember all the good times that we've had, how I've become a better man. I like thinking about you when I'm sober. When I'm sober. Old memories, I made a fortune selling it to the crowds of the unfortunate one. Oh, we get to drinking, there'd be no more thinking, round and round we'd spin. Wouldn't need to rewind, just be leaving the town when you were in my arms again. And I like thinking about you when I'm sober. 'Cause every time I drinking, I don't remember all of the good times that we've had. Now I've become a better man. I like thinking about you when I'm sober. When I'm sober. So pull up around to those memories, swallow it down with mama's sweet tea, and raise up a glass, we'll toast you and me. There's something about a memory, something about a memory. There's something about a memory. And I like thinking about you when I'm sober. 'Cause every time I get to drinking, I don't remember all of the good times that we've had, and how I've become a better man. I like thinking about you when I'm sober. When I'm sober. When I'm sober.
That was awesome!
Thanks for that, Becky. That's a little bit about my story. My wife and I, we've been working on something. We've been wanting to share our stories together and as well as individually, and talk about our heart behind things. I know it's weird in the middle of a concert, but I'm actually going to put this guitar down. And I'm going to invite my wife, Miranda, up so that way she can tell a little bit about what we want to do and what we're talking about in music and how we can work on healing with ourselves. So, this is Miranda.
Yeah, Miranda!
Thanks, babe.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm Miranda. I am Nate's wife, twice. I'm both his ex-wife and his current wife. So we were originally married for about 5 years, and we actually had a pretty great relationship. A lot of our friends and family even looked up to us. We were able to have great balance and just work really well together. But unfortunately, when I turned 28, I realized that I did not want children. And I really had to think that through. And after a lot of self-reflection and a lot of counseling, we realized that there just was no compromise for this kind of situation.
I don't want kids.
Because Nate could not see himself without kids. So we finally decided that we needed to separate, and we hurt each other a lot in the process of trying to let go, and then we got divorced. And letting go of the love of my life was the hardest thing that I have ever tried to do. I was completely devastated. I was lost. I was scared. I was confused. I didn't know who I was outside of Nate and Miranda. And so I had to really figure that out. And I was also afraid of getting old, which I know that kind of seems strange, but being only 28 years old. But I was just so confident in my marriage with Nate that he would continue to love me even as we grew old together. And I was excited for our future. But all of a sudden, that future was just gone. and I was just left in a pretty dark hole. Now, I've been a mental health advocate for a few years now, telling everybody to seek help and that there's no shame in talking to a therapist. But here I was going through the hardest time of my life, and I didn't do that. My mom was actually the one that pointed out that I was being a hypocrite. Here I was telling everyone else to seek help, and I wasn't. So that's what made me finally decide to go and seek mental health professional. And even as an advocate, I had no idea where to go. So for the ease, I just went to my mom's therapist. And she was fantastic. But I'll admit, the first session, I left there even more confused and a little more terrified that I was making the wrong decision, because she asked me questions that I had never even considered before. So once I really thought through these questions and these answers, I was able to be more confident in my decision that I really did not want kids. No matter how much everyone told me that that would change or that I was just going through a phase, I had to figure that out on my own. And I was more confident that Nate and I did need to separate at that time, because I vowed for his happiness, and I was no longer able to provide that for him. So here I was after I finally talked to a therapist, after I finally sought help that I was telling everyone else to do, and I was finally able to find some relief and to move forward with this new life. But why did I wait so long? Why did I talk myself out of seeking help? Now, if my air conditioner broke, I would have gotten a professional to fix it, but I didn't seek help when I was broken. See, mental health is so much more than just feeling down or having a condition like schizophrenia or anxiety. I mean, that is a part of mental health, but there's so much more to it. Just like there's more to physical health than cancer or diabetes. See, physical health has to do with your body, but mental health has to do with your mind, how you feel, how you think, how you interact with others. And this determines how you make decisions or how well you handle stress. Your mental health really affects everything. So neglecting your mental health, it can create a vicious cycle. So when you feel low, you often withdraw and isolate. You no longer want to be around any of the people or the things that you used to love to do, and it's hard to do even the smallest task. So you feel worse about yourself, and then you do even less, and you feel even worse. And no matter how far down you go, recovery is still possible, but it does become a lot more difficult, it takes longer, it can be a lot more expensive. But the good news is that it's never too late to start working on yourself and bettering your mental health. So if you don't mind, I'd like everyone to close their eyes for a moment and just visualize a beautiful garden. Exotic plants, vines wrapping around a fence or a tree, maybe even a waterfall in the background, whatever you want in this garden. And now I want you to picture this garden the way your mental health is right now. Is it still beautiful, or does it need some work? Okay, you can open your eyes if you want, or you can stay in your garden, that's fine too. But a garden takes attention and care and work, and so does our mental health, because otherwise weeds and pests will invade, and your garden can start to wither away. But the good news is that there are things you can do to help better take care of yourself. And I'm going to talk about some of my top favorite things that I like to do. So first, just move. It sounds so simple, but if everyone would just stand up right now, if you're able to, stand up and just stretch. Try not to hit the person next to you. Maybe even dance a little bit. I'm not the best dancer. But don't underestimate the power of just being silly. There you go, Mel. I like it. And if you're like me and you tend to sit a lot, you're welcome to keep stretching, keep dancing, sit down, whatever you feel comfortable doing. But if you tend to sit a lot, just try every hour to just stand up. Maybe just take a quick walk around, take a stretch, whatever you can to get more movement in your life. Now, another thing that is really important for us is gratitude. Now, there is always something that you can be angry or upset about. But also, there is something that you can be grateful for. Now, I want you to try to think of 3 things that you are thankful for right now. And this is something that I do every single morning before I even allow myself to touch my phone. I think of 3 things that I'm grateful for. Whether it's something that happened the day before, or something I'm looking forward to, or someone that's back in my life. Number 3 is to write. So and there's no rules to this, so if you want to write down your gratitude journal, or write down a to-do list so that you don't forget things, or write down something that happened that's just bothering you, this is your way to vent and get it off your chest. Whatever you can to just clear your mind. That way when it's time to rest or spend time with your loved ones, you can be present. Which brings me to my next favorite thing to do, meditation. So I know that word seems to have like a weird stigma around it, but all it is a clear mind. It's really that simple. You're probably doing it every day and not even realizing it. And I used to take an hour to fall asleep. And since I started meditating, even just a couple times a week, I fall asleep in like 15, 20 minutes. So if you guys are okay with that, I'd like to give it a try right now. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And just try to envision an empty room. Nothing is in it, not even you. And as any thought tries to pop into your head, just let it float right back out. And you can take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And feel your jaw unclench as it relaxes and your shoulders drop. And as any thought tries to pop into your head, just let it easily float right back out. Okay, now you can open your eyes if you want. You just meditated. Like that's it. It really is just that simple. And this is something that you can do at work, while you're sitting on the toilet, while you're driving in your car. Just make sure you keep your eyes open for that one. But the most important thing that we can tell you today is to just talk. Talk to God. No matter who you are, what you've done, where you are in your life, He wants to talk to you. Talk to your loved ones. The more that you open up, the more comfortable they'll feel opening it up. Feel free to seek a therapist. As humans, we need connection. We need community. We need to socialize, even when it's the last thing that we want to do. It's probably what's going to help you the most. So as you leave here today, not yet, we still have a lot more music left for you, but today and as you leave here, I want you to think of at least one thing that you're going to start doing every single day to help better your mental health garden. Thank you.
Good job, Miranda.
Thanks, babe. Did a great job. So we got plenty more music to still talk about, but this is something that has been on mine and Miranda's hearts for a long time. I've battled severe depression for most of my life. Miranda's been alongside me through all that. So she didn't explain the coming back together. That happened 3 years after our divorce. We just celebrated our second 1-year anniversary this past July.
Woohoo!
And a lot of that had to do with both of us just coming to realize, one, the commitment that we made the first time, and where things fell apart, and where our own desires kind of trumped the others. But yeah, this song that I'm about to play you right now, I actually wrote as we were getting our divorce. And I had no idea that the future would bring us back together. But I was just reminiscing about the happiest times of my life. And of course, Miranda was a part of that. And so this song actually was written 3 years before we were remarried and during my divorce. This song is called So Alive. I was raised in rural Michigan, South Mid Michigan. And the song always puts me back on the 10-acre hill that I grew up on with my 7 brothers and sisters and my parents. The song is called So Alive. This creek keeps rolling on. This stone finally found a home. Peaceful on this riverbed is where I rest. This grass grows greener still. I don't need what's over the hill, 'cause my side of the fence ain't just a picture hanging on my wall. Whoa, whoa, mama's dinner bells ringing. Whoa, 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 sounds of angels singing. Daddy's car pulling up the drive, crickets singing in the night. Whoa, 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 never felt so alive. Whoa, 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 never felt so alive. Reach to your side of the bed, and I'll gently pull you in and whisper in your ear, our love's never gonna end. 'Cause our grass grows greener still. I don't need what's over the hill, 'cause my side of the fence ain't just a picture hanging on my wall. Whoa, whoa, oh, I hear the church bells ringing. Whoa, whoa, oh, Buddy Holly is singing. Your daddy walks you down the aisle. You turn to me and smile. Whoa, whoa, oh, never felt so alive. Whoa, oh, never felt so alive. If we climb upon that hill to find a place to just be still, the world around us slips away. We find peace as we say. Our grass grows greener still. I don't need what's over the hill, 'cause my side of the fence ain't just a picture hanging on our wall. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. So alive. Oh, I feel so alive. Well, thank you. So that song is called So Alive. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. I currently live in Nashville, Tennessee. I just recorded that song down in Nashville, and we're getting ready to release it coming January of 2025. We'll be starting the release of all this new music. So looking forward to